And I'm going to show you how to create a cabin. And I'm using a palette knife. And I've cut across some paint to get a roll of paint on my edge of my knife. And if you notice that this palette knife has a straight edge, so if I were to tilt it like this and just touch the canvas, and then tilt it like this, so I'm making a triangle, fill it in by pressing. It's like buttering toast. And then come down. There's the front part of the cabin. I am pressing medium pressure. Remember, this a little bit of brown and black. With oils, I want to start with the dark in order for the highlights to show up. Then if I use the straight part of the blade to go on top of this triangle and just put a line across, getting a little bit more paint, and then come down like this. I'm going to leave a little space so that you can see what I'm doing. I'm doing the roof. Now you can turn your blade this way. And of course, if you're left-handed, you're going to be using the blade like this. And then this way. So many different ways you can do this with your left or right-handed. You'll figure it out. I'm coming down to do the wall, the side wall of the cabin. And of course, this is a certain view that we're viewing this cabin. That's what I'm creating. Spend time looking at homes, different angles. That will help when you're doing your drawings. Or cabins. There's a lot of beautiful homes and shapes, sizes, roofs, cabins. Okay, now I've filled it in most of the way. Now I'm going to make it a little bit more distinctive. I've got a mixture here of a little bit of dark sienna, white, and yellow ochre. And I've placed a roll on the edge of my knife. Now I'm allowing the paint that's on my knife to touch the paint that's up here, and I'm just lightly grazing downward, letting the canvas grab what it wants to, so that I see holes where my underpainting is showing through. And I'm going to immediately go into the side wall and do the same thing. Very light pressure. Now I've made it nice and bright for you so you can see what I'm doing. But you could tone it down. Add a little bit of the underpainting color. I have gone back into the black and brown mixture, and I'm just drawing in lines for slats of the wood. Separations in my wood. Now I've gone past here, and that doesn't matter. I'm just using this as a guide. I'm going back into my lighter color. You can use, let's mix up a little bit of blue for a roof. And I'm just touching and pulling, touch and pull, touch and pull. Holding my blade so it's straight across, because that was the angle that I gave this roof line. Let the canvas grab what it wants to give the illusion of some shingles. Get a little bit more paint so you can see that better. There we go. And of course we want to put in a door. One thing that's fun about painting is you can do whatever you want. Create whatever you want. Using any kind of color you want. Okay, I've added a little bit more of the blue, using phthalo blue to just add some reflective color on the roof. Now I'm going to go back into a little bit of the dark mixture, and this time I'm using the door blade. It's a very short blade. I always call it the door blade because it's very easy to make a nice door or an opening to my cabins. And then with a little bit of some highlight, could be white or a lighter color, I'm just going to outline the door, turning my blade whichever way I need to make it a lighter shade. And there's a basic way of doing a cabin.